Some of my content has mention of extreme violence, sexual assault, and/or other triggering content. Discretion is advised. When we think of serial killers, we always think of the ones back in the day. We think of Ted Bundy and Gacy, things like that. And there are still serial killers operating in today's world, even in 2021 and probably 2022. So, one of them that got the attention of a lot of people this last year was the shopping cart killer. This man is horrible and horrendous, and these poor victims. So let me tell you about him and these wonderful victims and tell you about a serial killer that's happening right now. Isn't that crazy? Hello, welcome back to my channel, Dark Enigmas, where we talk about everything that's mysterious on the darker side. Today I have a serial killer case for you, but it's not one of the popular ones from the 70s or the 80s or even the 90s. This is one that's happening right now. So that's crazy. We don't think of there being serial killers, but there definitely is. So this one is a doozy. So buckle up. So first, I'm going to tell you about the victims in this case and tell you as much as I can about them. There's not a lot of information, but I will do my best. So our first victim is Eileen Elizabeth Beth May Redman, and she went by Beth. She was 54 and she was from Harrisburg, Virginia. She reportedly went missing at the end of October 2021. Beth struggled a lot after her husband's death in 2017, but she was starting to really turn things around. She was starting to kind of pick the pieces up in her life. She was getting a job. She got an apartment, and then she just disappeared. May, who is Beth's daughter, said that her mother went out on October 24th, telling her family that she was going to watch a football game at Howard Johnson on Linda Lane in Harrisburg with a friend named Aunt. May said she had never heard that name before. Roughly 1 month after that, sadly, Beth's body was found, and she was found near a second victim. And this was in an empty lot in the city of Harrisburg near Linda Lane. Now, Tonita Larice Smith, who was 39 of Charlottesville, unfortunately is our second victim. Tonita went by Nita, and she was the mother of 6 children. Nita was last seen on the evening of November 14th in Charlottesville. Beth and Nita were found together, but the police said that they were both murdered at different times. The exact moment or date or time that these women lost their lives is still undetermined, and the police are still investigating that. This was about an hour and a half away from Harrisonburg, and they found the body of Cheyenne Brown in Fairfax County. Now, authorities say that the decomposition of these bodies are making it very hard for them to be identified, but they do believe that the body found in Fairfax County is that of 29-year-old Cheyenne Brown. And she was reported missing on October 12th. Now, Cheyenne had a 7-year-old and a baby on the way. The remains of this victim is believed to be Cheyenne Brown. They were found near a shopping cart. Police believe that there was contact between the killer and this victim, and that might have happened at the Moon Inn Hotel in late September. Now, when some of these victims were found, there were flyers of a missing woman that was Stephanie Harrison. And these flyers were close to where these bodies were found. So based on the flyers and the recent check-in records, authorities believe that Stephanie Harrison stayed at the same hotel as the suspects. Our detectives continue to explore the possibility that Stephanie Harrison may be the fourth victim. We are working with authorities in California, as well as her family, to obtain DNA samples for further analysis. Stephanie Harrison was 48, and she was from California, and she was last heard from on October 19th, 2021. She was in DC, and she sent a text saying that she was seeing the sights in DC. Now, friends and family say that Stephanie was suffering from schizophrenia and that she was in a vulnerable and gullible mental state. Police said new information led them to that Moon Inn Hotel in Alexandria, Virginia. Stephanie and Cheyenne were both near this area and this motel. It was nearby in a wooded area that they found a shopping cart. And adjacent to that, they found a plastic container. Unfortunately, when the detectives opened up this container, they found what appeared to be human remains. In this investigation, the police have said so far that all of the victims were met by the killer on an online dating site. After talking online, he met them personally and then murdered them. Once he killed the person, he moved the body in a shopping mall cart. Hence the name shopping cart killer. The police suspect that he probably killed more people than what they have found. So they're going back through his dating history and obtaining phone records, video surveillance to try to see if there's any other victims that we have not identified. So who is Anthony Robinson? Well, he is 35 and he's a DC resident. He has no criminal record at all, which is very odd for someone to go from no criminal record to a crime this big, let alone 4 of them. But he didn't have anything on his record. Authorities believe that he preyed on weak victims. Some of these victims were older. Some of these victims were in horrible mental states, and he preyed on that. Robinson was linked to these deaths through cell phone records and video surveillance. He is being held in Harrisonburg, and he is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 felony counts of concealing, transporting, and altering a dead body. I suspect and I believe that these 2 charges are from the first 2 victims, which were Beth and Nita. And those are the ones right now that they can prove and nab him on. But I definitely believe that there will be more charges coming for the other 2 victims. The family believes that these victims are from him. Everything's kind of lining up the areas that they were both at. Unfortunately, the shopping cart is a huge signal. And so we're probably going to get those 2 charges. And then there may be more to come. This guy, out of the blue, came out of nowhere and murdered 4 women in a pretty short amount of time. I think he started September-ish, sometime in the fall, and he got caught like November, December-ish. So it was only a few months, and he killed, disposed of 4 women. We don't know much about, unfortunately, about the victims. We don't know much about him. But I do think this is a very important case to get out there. As you can see from these victims, Stephanie was from California. So without her family and friends pursuing that she was in the DC area and could have been linked to this area, we might have never known what happened to her. And I'm glad that they did that. I'm glad that they are paying attention to someone with a mental state of this, because a lot of times police will just write it off. And I think that the attention brought by making this case bigger and bigger and bigger, we're going to find other victims. If you know of anyone missing in the area that could fit the profile or that is missing, please contact that local authorities, because there could be numerous victims, unfortunately, more victims in this case that police aren't going to know about. So please, I will link the police station or a Crime Stoppers number or something that they have for communication under this video. Please share this video, because I really want to get this more prominent. It's showed up on a little bit of our radar, but it definitely has not gained the traction that it deserves. With this being a case that's getting overlooked, we could miss victims, and these victims could not get the justice that they deserve. So please share this video. Please share their faces. Put their, put this information, even if it's not this video, put some information about these women and about this man out there, so that we can hopefully get this guy on many, many, many charges and put him away for life. This case is a hard one. Serial killers still exist, and that's hard to believe, but it's true. And if you're in the area and you know these places, this is harsh. This is a harsh reality for people of this area. So please stay safe out there. I say that a lot, but it's true. Don't watch yourself when it comes to meeting people online. We are seeing more and more and more of disappearances and homicides happening from people meeting online. This is the way they are getting their prey, is through online purposes, because they can lure someone who's vulnerable in. So watch your family, watch your friends, be present, be there to listen to those vulnerable people, but also stay safe for yourself. Meet in a public place, get to know this person, it'll pay off in the long run. I promise. Please stay safe. I don't want any more victims. I want us to nab this guy, put him away. Some of these charges, I mean, the transporting of the body, they're gonna get him on some charges that we haven't really seen, because he was transporting these victims in a shopping cart. It tells a lot about how he felt about these women. He put them in a container in the woods near a shopping cart. That's how little he thought of these women. And it's just disgusting. So let's put him away. Stay safe. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys with another story. Serial killers are still out there. It's mind-boggling. So I'll see you guys later. Stay safe, stay present. I love you guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, thank you for watching. If you liked this video or any of my other content, please click the subscribe button and the bell and the like button to help me with my content and my channel as it grows. Also follow me on social media platforms. Right now my biggest form of communication outside of YouTube is TikTok, so please add me on there. I make some funny true crime content on there. So thank you guys for watching. Love you.